Does a correlation exist between sunspots and geomagnetic storms? When people think about magnetic forces, a compass may come to their minds. What most people do not realize is that our magnetic field on Earth can be influenced at times by sunspot activity. Solar flares, which originate near sunspots, are huge disturbances which can throw out massive amounts of radiation. Charged particles from large solar flares can travel in the direction of the Earth with the solar wind and interact with the Earth's magnetic field, causing geomagnetic storms. These storms can have an adverse effect on many of the things we take for granted, like cell phone communication, bank transactions, GPS navigation systems, and electricity. While scientists have not figured out how to predict geomagnetic storms, they believe they are influenced by greater solar activity. The next solar maximum is expected to occur just a year from now, in 2012. I built a magnetometer device so that I could measure the intensity of geomagnetic storms when they hit the Earth. I used my magnetometer data to determine whether a correlation exists between the sunspot number and geomagnetic storm activity on Earth. If a correlation exists, the sunspot number could be a very helpful resource to be used to prepare for geomagnetic storms. I compared the data that I collected with my magnetometer to a KP index, which measures the disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field at 9 separate observatories around the world. I used the KP index data as my control group. Although my data did correlate to the KP index, it was not enough to establish a consistent correlation between the sunspot number and geomagnetic storm activity based upon my magnetometer data. I would also like to conduct further research to determine if a correlation exists between increased sunspot activity during an 11-year cycle and an increase in cancer rates.